We'll stay down here. The next order of business is a proclamation recognizing Charlie Maxwell, the Public Relations Director for LeMay Pierce County Refuse. And that really is a title that doesn't fit Charlie that well. It's kind of Mr. Make Everything in the nonprofit public service sector in Lakewood work. So we'd like to, on the occasion of his retirement, make some special recognition. So Charlie, come on up here. It's with great pleasure that so many of us consider Charlie a friend, not just somebody that we have occasion to work with on the various projects or buy who knows how many $100 dinner tickets. I can't think of how much Charlie's cost me, but officially this says, whereas on December 9th, 2016, Charlie and Maxwell will be retiring from LeMay Pierce County Refuse, having served as Public Relations Director since 2008 and from 1993 through 2007 as General Manager of Lakewood Refuse Service. And whereas in the positions Charlie Maxwell held in the refuse industry, he served with distinction and professionalism, totaling 23 years of meritorious service in helping cities and towns, residents, businesses, governmental agencies, and others to improve their waste reduction efforts through environmentally safe and efficient recycling and composting methods. And whereas, in addition to effectively managing a career, Charlie Maxwell is portrayed as Lakewood's giving tree, as eloquently illustrated in Shel Silverstein's book for his selfless generosity, love for the community, and passion to serve. And whereas Charlie Maxwell was awarded the 2004 Melvin Jones Fellowship Award by the Lakewood First Lions and the First Non-Lion, which is recognized as the highest form of recognition of the Lions International that embodies humanitarian ideas because of exemplary service to the club and to the community for which it serves. And whereas Charlie Maxwell exemplified his dedication to community service by giving in a multitude of ways, such as volunteering countless hours to campaign for cityhood, and after a successful cityhood in 1995, served on the transition team to help start a new city, and then served on the Citizens Transportation Advisory Committee from 2007 to 2014. And whereas whenever the city of Lakewood needed assistance with cleanups, waste removal, recycling, in times after a storm, public nuisance, or helping citizens work out payments, it is Charlie Maxwell who is there to give a helping hand. And whereas Charlie Maxwell provided steady leadership for the Clover Park Rotary Club, serving as president in 1998, 1999, where he organized volunteer groups to remove trash, invasive plants, and debris, and help fundraise $250,000 to build a baseball diamond, playground picnic shelter, walking paths, and benches to create Springbrook Park. And whereas today Charlie Maxwell continues to hold the record as the leading fundraiser for selling over 100 dozen Clover Park Rotary Club roses every year in recognition of Administrative Professionals Day. And whereas Charlie Maxwell, founder of Partners for Parks, was instrumental in the past 9 years for fundraising over $260,000 through events such as Black Tie and Blue Jeans Ball and the Summerfest Car Show, which also cost me at least $100 a year for a trophy.
We'll continue.
For local park improvements, and most recently the Wahop Lake Trail improvements at Fort Steilacoom Park. And whereas, we're going to keep going, Charlie, because you were here a while. And whereas Charlie's love of cars and longtime friend of Harold LeMay and family was instrumental in showcasing the LeMay collection of antique cars to represent the city of Lakewood in the Daffodil Parades and the Summerfest Car Show, as well as other Pierce County communities such as UP Fest in University Place, Freddie Fest in Frederickson, and the annual LeMay Car Show at Marymount to give car collectors and citizens enjoyment and admiration for antique cars. And whereas when the annual 3-day Courage Classic bike race occurs over 3 mountain passes, Snoqualmie, Blewett, and Stevens, a Marybridge Children's Hospital annual fundraiser, it is Charlie Maxwell who spearheads LeMay Refuge to provide the waste collection for these events to ensure they run smoothly. And whereas when the annual LeMay Refuse Bike Build for local children's charities of Pierce County takes place with the support of local community partners such as the Rotary, Lions, Kiwanis, police, and fire departments, you will find Charlie among the LeMay Pierce County refuse employees building the bikes and working with the partners distributing over 500 bikes to families over the holidays. And whereas Charlie Maxwell has been a voice for free enterprise in Lakewood and the region, especially championing small business. With Charlie's long history of community involvement, his participation in the Lakewood Chamber of Commerce is almost as long as the Chamber has been an organization. From volunteering for community events, chairing countless committees and task force meetings, testifying and serving as the voice of the Chamber, as well as leading the Chamber as president of the board from 1996 to 97. Charlie's staunch commitment to the Chamber and business community is unparalleled. Whereas Charlie Maxwell's support for schools extended to serving on the Clover Park School District's Facility Advisory Committee in 2008 and 2016 to provide recommendations on the use of school facilities and to propose solutions on their maximum potential for the benefit of the community. And whereas Charlie Maxwell, through LeMay's sponsorship, has been a strong supporter of the many emergency food network food drives throughout Pierce County and the annual Bonnie Lake food drive. And whereas Charlie's ever-present and infectious smile has warmed the hearts of many throughout Lakewood, now therefore the Lakewood City Council hereby congratulates Charlie Maxwell on his retirement and expresses our deepest gratitude and most heartfelt appreciation for the many years of faithful service he has given to the Lakewood community and the lasting impact he has made on so many lives. Proclaimed this 5th day of December 2016, Don Anderson, Mayor. Charlie?
Thank you so much.
I just noticed we gave Charlie a Shel Silverstein book, The Giving Tree, and I'd like to present you with a Lakewood coin. Thank you, and please say a few words.
Well, when I got the call from John Caulfield, he gave me about 3 weeks to prepare my speech, but I won't bore you with that. But I just want to share a few things. Got to get a sip of water. When I came to Lakewood, it was because my dear friends Harold and Nancy LeMay had a lot of faith and confidence in me to become the manager of the local garbage company. And I told Harold at the time that he was crazy. I had spent 34 years in the food business, and I didn't know anything about the other side of the food chain. And but as was our custom, he had invited me out to have dinner, and Nancy always sat on the right of Harold, and I always sat on the left at the table, and it's kind of been that way for a long time. And so we had dinner, and then we went for a ride, and he told me what he was offering me, and so I went home, and my wife and I sat down, and I wrote my letter of resignation to the company that I had worked for since I was a little kid, teenager. And I called Harold the very next morning, and I told him I'm taking the job, and he says, "You are?" And I says, "Well, doesn't the offer still stand?" And he says, "Well, Nancy and I talked about it last night," and they had talked about, the fact that I was a Boy Scout leader in Federal Way, and my church was there, and I was active in the chamber there, and they kind of went to bed thinking Charlie's not going to take the job. And I says, "No, Harold, when I make a decision to take it, I'm going to take it." And I says, "I'm going to do it." And so when I came to Lakewood, I've always said that, and that's why I'm so appreciative that so many of our friends are here tonight, because you don't do anything by yourself. I have had the unrelenting support, lost a word for a minute, but from the LeMay family for all of the things that, apparently somebody's keeping track of me, but anyway, you can't do anything by yourself. And I've always had the support of Nancy and Doug, Mary, and of course Harold. And when the company sold Waste Connections, my boss is here tonight, Larry Meany, love the man. He's doing a great job for us. And but the community, I look at Corey, the Rotary, the Chamber, the police, and the fire. There's my friend Ted and Carol, Dave from Lakewood Rotary, and Linda up there from the Chamber. But you don't do anything by yourself. You need horsepower. And I'll tell you that support from the city and all these organizations, the businesses and stuff, have given us the horsepower. And I've always felt I got way more credit than I deserved. But I want to tell you one thing, I'm not going away, because I got a lot to do. I want to see Lakewood continue to grow. I remember taking Brent Champaco on a ride when he first came to Lakewood as a beat writer for the News Tribune, and I showed him all of the things that are right about Lakewood and how all the things are going to be fixed and all of the things that were neglected back when it was, the county. And but I'm going to continue with the Summerfest. We're in the advertising calendars and my name and phone numbers on the events calendar. I'm going to continue to work in University Place to support them and all the communities that we serve in Frederickson, and continue to be active in the recycling industry as a member of the board, the Washington State Recycling Board. But I've got a lot of things left to do, so I'm not going away. I am incredibly honored tonight. My daughter's here with me, Heather. Raise your hand, Heather. It's my beautiful daughter. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Lakewood, to this council, Andrew Knightis, our former city manager, John Caulfield, Alice and I, and our attorney wrote the original ordinance for the solid waste and recycling in Lakewood. Not too many left from the original administration. I appreciate the relationship that I've personally had with each and every one of the council members, even today, but those in the past has been great. Heidi, Rotarian. I just want to say thank you, because like I say, you can't do it by yourself, and I've not done anything by myself. If you think you can, try it. So again, I'm deeply honored, and thank you so very, very much. Thank you all.
You're going to have to come up and get your mug shot.
Can we get a shot of my daughter? And